only got me locked in the garage because earlier she broke both of the big doors, and then when I came out here to fix it after getting in the house earlier, she locked the door behind me. And then when I tried to...
What was that?
He just shot me!
Somebody's driving. She just shot him.
Hi, are you in shock right now?
Is he alive?
They're working on him right now.
Okay, I'm a murderer.
Listen to me. You're not under arrest right now. You're being detained. We'll investigate.
No, you should arrest me. I killed my husband.
Gulf Breeze, Florida. A quiet military town tucked along the coastline, where peace is more expected than questioned. But on the evening of September 8th, 2021, a house just outside the naval base would become the epicenter of something much darker. Bree Kuhn, a decorated Navy Chief Petty Officer, lived there with her husband Colin Turner and their 3 children. From the outside, they were just another military family, stable jobs, a comfortable home. But inside, things were unraveling. Their marriage had been strained for months. Colin, a stay-at-home dad studying engineering, was overwhelmed, and so was Bree. She had been struggling. Diagnosed with borderline personality disorder, she had been in and out of therapy, and recently removed from more than one treatment program. Colin had grown concerned, not just for himself, but for their kids. Earlier that year, Bree had attempted to take her own life. Colin confided in authorities. "She's not stable," he said. "She skipped her last 2 therapy appointments. She drinks a lot." By early September, even the police were familiar with the address, but they had no idea just how far things were about to go. That day would begin with an argument and end in a way no one could have predicted.
Sheriff's Office, emergency.
Hi, can I have a police officer?
Okay, what's going on?
My husband pushed me up against the wall and threw me on the floor. And he said,
Is your husband still there?
Yes.
Okay. Does anyone have any weapons?
There's guns in the house, but no.
But nothing in anyone's hands?
No.
Has anyone been drinking or using drugs?
No.
And what's your first and last name?
Bree Kuhn.
Officers arrived at Bree's home to find her husband sitting outside in a chair. They approached and began speaking with him, initiating a conversation.
She tried to kill herself and did inpatient. After she was inpatient and then she was outpatient group for a while, she got kicked out of that group. She was diagnosed with borderline personality disorder. Are you familiar?
Mm-hmm.
So she was diagnosed with borderline personality disorder in March or April. Got kicked out of her first therapy group, got kicked out of her second therapy group, and she skipped her last 2 individual therapies.
By that afternoon, the tension had reached its peak. Colin was on the phone with 911 again. But this time, it wasn't about a fight. It wasn't about violence. He was locked out of his own home. His tone was steady, but tired. He told the dispatcher, "My wife locked all the doors. I'm outside. My daughter's screaming and I can't get in." There was no shouting, no threats. Colin wasn't trying to escalate. He just wanted to leave. He'd planned to take the kids to Georgia, give Bree some space, give the kids a break, maybe even keep them safe. But Bree wasn't on board. When deputies pulled up, Colin laid it all out. She'd taken his wallet, his ID, cut off his access to money, then locked him out, while their child cried on the other side of the door. And he just stood there, calm, collected, explaining everything. Inside, though, Bree was telling a different story. She told deputies Colin had been in touch with her superiors in the Navy, that he was trying to accuse her of being emotionally abusive. She said she didn't feel safe with him in the house, that she didn't want another scene in front of the children. The deputies were caught in the middle. Legally, the house belonged to both of them. They weren't separated. Colin Colin had just as much right to be there as she did, even if it meant breaking a window to get inside. And they told her that. But Bree pushed back hard. She didn't want him anywhere near her. That's when the warning came. If you lock him out and you've taken his belongings, that's theft. The situation had officially crossed a line. What started as a domestic dispute had now taken on legal weight, a red flag. But even with officers present, it still wasn't enough to stop what would come next.
What'd you say?
Is my wife allowed to not let me come in my own house? Is that legal?
I'm not sure what you're referencing.
Oh,
Is there something happening?
my wife has locked all the doors and said I'm not allowed to come in. So I'm outside with my daughter screaming that she wants to go inside and I can't.
Okay, what's your...
Hello.
Nice to see you here.
Yes, sir, indeed. What can I do for you? I'm Deputy Glenn with Nurse County Sheriff's Office.
Hey, my wife won't let me in my house.
Okay, is this
for a
wife?
domestic dispute. Yep.
Okay, can I talk to you over here?
Can
Ma'am,
I have my daughter, please?
hey, can I just have you wait right there for just one moment, okay? Not right now. Hold on. Just one second. We'll get this figured out, okay? All right, so what's going on today, sir?
So she's got mental health stuff going on. I was trying to leave for Georgia to get a break from her for me and the kids earlier today, and then she called you guys. And when I was talking to you guys, she took my photo ID, all my access to money and everything, and then took the kids inside and locked me out. So I've been locked outside in my driveway for the last couple hours.
Do you live here?
What's that?
Do you live here?
Yeah, we're co-owners. We both.
Okay.
So I've been on the phone with family advocacy through the Navy and all that most today, so I haven't cared that I'm outside until she came outside with my daughter on the porch screaming. So I came over and she gave my daughter to me. She didn't make her stop screaming.
And what's the argument over? They put in the note something about kids going to Georgia.
Yeah, that was the most closest alligator to the boat.
Okay.
But she was mad that I turned off the Wi-Fi last night, so she washed my laptop in the dishwasher. Okay. And that's kind of like the last straw.
You guys,
so are
you guys still married?
I mean, for now, yeah.
It's still legal and it's common property.
Yep.
What's yours is hers and hers is yours, unfortunately.
Yeah, so she's not allowed to stop me from entering my house?
If it's your house and you still live here, by all means, you got to enter your home however you got to enter your home.
10-4.
Make sense?
Yeah, so she's allowed to change the locks and I'm allowed to break a window, is that what you're saying?
I'm not telling you to break a window. If you want to tear it, I mean, it's your property. Okay. All right, just give me 1 second, okay? Yep. Let me talk to her and see what's going on.
Lost him out.
Okay.
He had been in contact with my command.
Okay.
So he said that there's allegations of emotional abuse.
Okay.
So obviously I don't want him in there.
Okay.
You know, him and I arguing in front of the kids, so I locked him out.
I don't know if you overheard what I told him. It's his house too, right? He lives here too? So we can't lock each other out of the house. I mean, if we do, he's got every right to enter the house however he's got to enter the house.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. All right. And same thing, if you change the locks, he's got every right to get into the house however he's got to get in the house, okay? If he lives here, he's got property here. For the betterment of your daughter, whatever you guys got going on, you got to put aside for the kids. You see what I'm saying?
I agree, but he told me not to talk to him. So I'm not going to let him in the house if he's going to come in and start arguing.
But at the same time, that's leaving the child. I mean, that's kind of leaving the child out here fend for herself. Does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure. So I don't want him to do that.
Okay. But, I mean, I can't stop him from going inside the house.
Oh, that's fine. I just wanted him to speak to me so that she's not out here.
Okay.
They said earlier that since I didn't have any bruises, and there was nobody to witness him getting physical with me, that they shouldn't do it.
Hello. I didn't want to let your dog eat out. So he says you've got his wallet and his driver's license. Do you know where those items are?
No.
Did you remove them from his truck earlier?
No, I took my American Express.
Because those are personal items, okay? So being as those are personal items, not common shared items, okay? You know, if we've taken them from him, that's a theft, okay?
Okay.
Does that make sense? So if we've got those items need to be returned. Okay. I'm just going to tell you that, okay? That's a fair warning. Okay, maybe one of y'all can get a hotel, maybe one of y'all can agree to sleep in another room or something like that or whatever, but what we got to do is we get something figured out, that way we're not out here 10 more times tonight, you see what I'm saying? Okay? So, he's going to bring the kid inside the house, okay? And this is his house too. We're not going to prevent him from coming inside his house, okay?
Yeah, so you were.
Okay, alright, so This is his house. He's going to bring kids inside the house, and we're going to get things worked out, right? So we're not coming back out here 2 more times. Because if we do come out here and somebody tells me somebody's been physical and I can find some evidence of such, i.e. red marks, bruises, scrapes, scratches, or an evidence, a witness or anything like that, it's kind of somebody's going to go in jail. It might be you, it might be him. I don't know. I can't predict the future, okay? But what I'm telling you is if we continue to go down this route, we're going to have to start resorting to other things, okay? Does that make sense? And I don't want to do that. Okay, I mean, I want everybody to get along and enjoy their night. Okay, for like I said, for the children's sake, if nothing else, you know. I mean, we can hate each other, but you know, in front of the kids, we try not to, you know, say, yeah. And again, I mean, I can't make you do something. If that's not how you want to be, that's not how you want to be. But it's just probably for the best. Okay, does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So can we agree to let him in so he can bring the kid inside and she can get cooled down?
Yes. So he's not going to harass the kids?
No, he's not going to bother anybody. Okay. And if he does, you can give us a call. We'll come back out here, okay?
Okay.
All right. Any questions for me this afternoon? Mm-hmm. Okay, I appreciate you being cooperative with me. Thank you.
The deputies, thinking they had de-escalated the situation, did what they could. They advised both Bree and Colin to separate for the night, maybe sleep in different rooms, or have one of them stay elsewhere. The message was clear. Don't let this get worse. If we come back again tonight, someone's going to jail, one deputy warned. We've seen how this goes. Bree agreed to let Colin back inside. And Colin, he brought his daughter in, just like the officers suggested. But behind the walls of that house, things didn't calm down. They festered. Whatever was said between them in those next moments, no deputy could have predicted what was coming. Less than 45 minutes later, Colin would make his final call to 911. At 5:51 p.m., Colin Turner made his final call for help. His voice was tight, rushed, but not panicked. You guys have been out to my house twice today. My wife let me back inside, but then she locked me in the garage. He said she'd tried to break his arm when he tried to come back inside. He sounded more tired than scared, more frustrated than frantic.
Sheriff's Office Emergency.
Hi, you guys have been out to my house twice today, and then most recently the deputy talked my wife into letting me in the house, and then she locked me in the garage and tried to break my arm when I was trying to get back inside.
What's your address, sir?
6184 Jenks, Jenks Drive. She's currently got me locked in the garage because earlier she broke both of the big doors, and then when I came out here to fix it after getting in the house earlier, she locked the door behind me. And then when I tried to...
What was that?
She just shot me!
Somebody, she's driving. She just shot him. I just heard 4 shots. Sir, are you there?
They scanned the perimeter, but Bree was nowhere in sight. Then, a neighbor pointed. She was sitting calmly on a nearby porch, just waiting. When deputies approached, she didn't run. She didn't resist. Instead, she said something that left them stunned. "I'm a murderer." She admitted she shot Colin. She said he was dead. And she said it, like a fact. Not with fear. Not with anger, just resignation. She told officers she had taken her kids to the neighbor's house. She said Colin was in the garage, face down. She was detained and taken into custody, but she wasn't under arrest. Not yet.
Federal all units, signal 32 with a signal 0 weapon at 6184 Jinx Drive, 6184 Jinx Drive, just after her 4 gunshots. Complaint is no longer answering. All units are not acknowledged.
Where is he? He's right in the garage door. Anybody else in there? Yeah. No. All right, hold on. This is Deputy Lowe. Come here, Sheeta. It's okay. Come in.
Are you in?
Well, do me a favor. Can you,
Is he allowed?
they're working on him right now.
Okay.
I need you to go with this deputy, have a secret car. She's going to hang out with you.
And my other two kids are 4 and 3. And they're in that house too.
Pressure already? Hold on, real quick. We're gonna search you, okay? Just hold on to your hand real fast, okay?
Is he dead?
I don't know yet, man. I just got.
No, I'm fine. My kids, my husband.
Are the kids in the house?
No, they're with the neighbor. Christy Curtis, Shaw. Christy and John Curtis. Any other? I have nothing. Thing on you that I need to be aware of? Nothing. Have anything in your bra? No. Have a bra on? I do have a bra. You gotta pull it forward, make sure you don't have anything in it, okay? A nursing bra. He was dead. I saw him and I tried to help, but he was dead.
So, well, let's not talk about that right now, okay?
My kids don't have a dad or a mom now. And it's his fault. He's right.
Alright. For right now, we're just gonna do this for right now, okay?
For your safety, for ours, okay?
I'm a murderer.
Listen, you're not listening to me. You're not under arrest right now. You're being investigated.
No, you could arrest me. I killed my husband.
Inside the interrogation room, Bree asked to sit in the corner. She looked disoriented, but not incoherent. He kept coming at me, she said. I was trying to keep him out. She claimed it was self-defense, that she shot Colin because he was attacking her, that she was just trying to protect herself and the kids. But the truth was already catching up to her. Colin had been on the phone with 911 the moment she pulled the trigger. Every word, every second had been recorded. There were no signs of a struggle, no sound of a fight, no yelling, only his calm voice, and then gunshots, and then the final blow to her story. Colin had been shot in the back 4 times. 1 bullet passed through his neck, through the same hand that was holding the phone. He wasn't coming at her. He was walking away. After her arrest, Bree tried to reshape the story. She claimed Colin had abused her, that he assaulted her, that he was dangerous. But it was too late. A forensic review found no evidence of a struggle. There were no marks on Bree, no injuries, no signs of self-defense. Her own commanding officer even told detectives that earlier that same day, Bree said all the guns were locked in Colin's truck, which meant she had to go out of her way to retrieve one. This wasn't sudden. This wasn't heat of the moment. This was premeditated. In one final twist, after the shooting, Bree used her Apple Watch to call her ex, a DEA agent named James. She didn't scream. She didn't cry. She simply said, "You need to come get Kylie. I just shot Colin." When James asked why, her answer was chilling. "I don't know." In the courtroom, the jury didn't need long. Bree Kuhn was convicted of first-degree murder and sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. She made no statement, no apology, no words to Colin's family or her own. As the verdict was read, she smiled.
Oh, one of those chairs? I mean, that's fine for now. I don't know where he's gonna have you guys sit when he comes back, but... I have your one foot. And was trying to push to go to the door. And I was trying to keep him out. I don't... And then... I shot him. But...
He was still coming towards me. I don't think I shut the door, and I went. To get my kids, and I took them out of the house, threw them back, to go to the neighbor's house, and I saw a kid.
And I was with a couple other agents, and I was set up in the parking lot. I can't remember which one.
That's fine.
And then my phone rang, and it was Bree, and I answered, and I said hello, and she said, "You need to come get Kylie." And I said, "Okay." I can't remember if I said I'm working or something to that extent, but I think she interrupted me, and she said, "I just shot Colin. You need to come get Kylie." And my response, because the only thing I could think of was why, and she said, "I don't know. I don't know what happened. You just need to come get Kylie." And so I said, okay. I said, "Okay, Bree, just relax. I'm on the way."
Colin Turner was a father, a partner, a man who tried to hold his family together. Even when things were falling apart, he didn't fight. He didn't run. He called for help, and help came too late. His children now grow up without a father, and without the mother who took him from them. Some say Bree snapped. Others believe it was planned all along. But one thing is certain. The moment she pulled that trigger, she took far more than just one life. She shattered a family and left behind a silence that will echo far longer than any 911 call. If you made it this far, thanks for being here. If you found this story as chilling as I did, go ahead and tap that like button. It really helps get this video out to more people. And if you're new here, or just enjoy true crime storytelling like this, consider subscribing to the channel. We've got more real cases coming soon, the kind that leave you with more questions than answers. Until next time, stay safe out there.